Hi everybody, it's Jack Graham again, and it's time for another video. Thank you all for coming back and taking a few minutes in the middle of the summer here to check out what's going on here on my channel. This is going to be a little bit different video than in the past. I got a couple emails and a couple requests to talk about how I store my records and what kind of sleeves do I use. I'm going to touch on that for a few minutes. I also got a couple interesting emails on where I buy my records. That could be a long video. I'm going to make it real short because it's not that complicated on my end. And I do have a couple of records here maybe we'll get to at the very end. But again, thank you all for being here. So I store my records in sleeves. Every one goes in a sleeve. And I'm pulling out here. These are vinyl sleeves, and I buy them from a company in Canada called Vinyl Storage Solutions. They're in Manitoba. I don't know them. I bought a lot of sleeves from them. This is not a paid advertisement. I probably will let them know that I'm posting this because they're good folks. They've gone to a lot of research and development into a proper vinyl that's not going to be affected by light and other things. There are some of these on the market that will not protect the front of the record from degradation over the years. They make a good product that's very reasonably priced. They make a lot of different sizes. This is a 12-inch, 4-millimeter sleeve, and it fits great on, the current tip-up jackets and the older records. They just brought out a 12.5-inch, which gives you a little more room, and I probably switch over to those when I run out of my supply here, which will probably be sooner rather than later. But again, they make a great product. I'm going to post their link down here on the bottom. Vinyl Storage Solutions in Canada. They ship, obviously, to the United States in a very timely manner. And they're good people. I mean, I don't know them. I haven't talked to them. Maybe we'll get them on here someday. I don't know. But they make a good product. And they also make some sleeves. These are MoFi sleeves. I think you all probably are familiar with these. Mobile Fidelity sells these. I've got 2 more packages of these that I've had. When these run out, I think I'm probably going to just switch over to the sleeves from Acoustic Sounds. They're probably pretty much the same as these. In fact, the ones from the Vinyl Solutions folks in Vinyl Storage Solutions in Canada, they make some sleeves, and they're probably equally as good as well. But you can't use paper. Paper will leave imprints on records. It also can not really scratch the record, but it can put some kind of stuff on there that you don't want when you're pulling it in and out of paper. Get rid of your paper sleeves if you're using paper, especially on these new great reissues that are coming out. Most of the ones, the recent ones I've gotten from Acoustic Sounds all have great sleeves on them already. And I don't switch a lot of those out. But some of these records I buy used, the first thing I do is clean them. Second thing I do is put the record in a MoFi sleeve, or what I'll be using in the future, whether it's from Vinyl Storage Solutions or Acoustic Sounds. it's really important that you take care of your records. The other thing I just suggest, if you buy a used record, um, clean the record somehow. Um, there's a lot of high-end, expensive cleaning systems out, ultrasonic systems. Some of the dealers clean records, but please get your records clean. Don't put them in the sleeve before they're clean. If they're dusty, the dust is going to get in the sleeve, and you've kind of defeated the purpose. So that's how I store my records. I don't put the record in the jacket because over time, if they're kind of compressed, you could get that what I call it ring around the record, where you see the imprint of the record coming through the sleeve. And a lot of the sleeves, the quality of sleeves really helps to alleviate that as well. The new sleeves that Tone Poet's using and a lot of the new reissues that are coming out have really good heavy sleeves. And the heavier the sleeve, the less you're going to get that. But just keep the record out of the sleeve and keep the opening. The opening of the sleeve should be kind of on the inside so that it's not facing the outside where dust and stuff can get in. And then you just put the outer sleeve over the jacket so you can see the spine. And then you just slip the record right in between the jacket and the outer protection. And again, Vinyl Storage Solutions from Canada. I'll link them in the bottom. And again, I don't stack my records so that they're really, compressed, just for the reasons I was just telling you. I leave a little space, and I'm always moving things around. I tend to do everything alphabetically. We can get into that someday. For people who have a lot bigger collections than me, they do them by labels. I know that Jazz Shepherd does it that way, Dan. Some people go by labels, and it makes more sense if you have 10, 15,000 records. I'm not in that category yet. If I live long enough, maybe someday, but not right now. The other question was, where do I buy my records? It's pretty simple. I buy them in three different places. Online, in stores, local stores, and on eBay. Let's talk about eBay just for a second. I buy as little as possible from eBay. I just bought a record from eBay yesterday, and it was not a cheap record. It was a original jazz classic, real quiet vinyl, sealed record of Atomic Basie. Great record. We'll talk about that when I get it. But if I can't find it anywhere else, I'll buy it on eBay. I don't buy on eBay because the experience I've had on eBay is really horrible. I've gotten records that were said to be really good, and I threw them in the garbage. They were so noisy. I tend to stay away from eBay. I'm not knocking people who sell on eBay. I know some of the dealers I buy from do sell on eBay. So if you're careful, you can do okay. I buy probably 25% of what I buy, maybe 30% of what I buy on Discogs. I probably bought, I don't know, maybe 150 albums in the last year and a half on Discogs, and only one I had an issue with, and I talked about that in a prior video. It was the Harry Edison record that I ended up being a bootleg, I think, from Jamaica, of all places, Pablo. But eBay I stay away from. Discogs, for the most part, has been really great. The people who sell on Discogs, for the most part, have been very honest in terms of their quality, ranking, and their pricing is fair. And I got to tell you, you can spend a year shopping on eBay. It's fun. On Discogs, it's fun. Looking for things to fill in your collection. So Discogs is a website, for those of you who don't know that. I think most of you probably do. That's a database of about 900,000 people like myself who have their inventory there. What I really love about it is when I go to a record store, I bring my my phone with me, and I can look and make sure I'm not buying something I already have. It inventories your records, tells you the value, and a good place to buy records from. Um, the third place is from online stores. I really shop at two places online. And that would be the In Groove in Phoenix. There again, none of these people I talk about I know personally. At, so this is not an advertisement. My channel here is not monetized. Um, the In Groove is a great resource, and it's also a great resource for information. Mike Esposito, who owns the In Groove, will do a video at least one a week, and then he does a live thing once a month, maybe twice a month. And he's just a great resource for information. He knows what he's talking about. Very honest. And if you want to know what's coming, what's trending in the industry, they're great people to learn from. I'll put a link again on my on this video. The In Groove in Phoenix. It's got a lot of used records. For those of you in Phoenix, if anybody's watching from Phoenix, Mike will clean your records for you. So take them over. Just clean your records. It's really important. Um, the second place I buy most of my records from is Acoustic Sounds. So why would I buy from Acoustic Sounds and not the In Groove? Acoustic Sounds owns quality record pressing, and they've repressed a lot of the Prestige series, the Verve series. A lot of things are being pressed, and extremely well by quality record pressings in Salina, Kansas. And sometimes they have some inventory that the stores don't have. They'll find some jackets. They'll find 100 jackets or something. They'll press 100 of things that are out of press, and then bring them back into the market. Again, Chad Kasem will do some videos. If you go back to their website or subscribe to their newsletter, you'll find out about what they have. And sometimes I found things that nobody else had that they just repressed, a few hundred copies, and it's a good resource. They're both these folks. They ship great. Their packaging and shipping is great. And if you have any problems with returns, they handle things really well. And you keep it simple. I don't like to. I mean, I have bought from a few other places once in a while, because they had something that was sold out somewhere else. And believe me, when Chad or Mike tells you to buy something because it's going to go fast, buy it. The greatest line that I've heard in a long time, thank you, Chad, was buy now or cry later. And he's correct, because this stuff will go out of press, and it may not be back for a long, long time. So that's really about it for how I buy my records. Just a real quick couple things. I picked up a copy of an old Keith Jarrett record called Yesterdays. It was done, I think, about 2001, came out about 2006 on ECM. I listened to this last night. I didn't have this. I have a lot of Jarrett. I like the trio with Dee Jeanette and Gary Peacock. Recording on this is done live in Japan. It's good, but it's not up to the other. There's the balance between the bass and the drums is a little weird to me on this. But Jarrett plays great. It's a double album. I bought it on Discogs. I found a sealed copy. And it's one that you don't see a lot, but it's one of those little gems of Keith Jarrett that, we all know the Blue Note recordings and the other trio recordings are around, and they're all quite good. This one you don't see in the stores too much, but it's a really good record. Yesterdays with the Keith Jarrett trio with Peacock and Dee Jeanette, one of my favorite drummers. Also, a recent find was Phil Woods. This is his quintet, because Tom Harrell plays trumpet on this. 84, 85, 86. This was recorded in Japan in 87, and it's a great sounding record. Again, Discogs was rated very good, and it is very good quality. Concord tends to record really well. They're almost an outgrowth of the contemporary records quality of recording back in, in the late 70s and 80s. Great group. Hal Galper's playing piano, and of course Steve Gilmore, and Bill Goodwin. Phil is one of my favorite alto players. I'm going to do a couple videos on Phil coming up. He was just a great player. A lot of great Phil Wood stories. But really a great player. In fact, what's in the background here? This is an old Prestige record with Ray Copeland on trumpet, Stabulus, Nick Stabulus, Teddy Kotick, and Red Garland on piano. Old Prestige record called Sugar. It's a great record, pretty hard to find. Right, this happens to be a CD because I don't have the vinyl, but I listened to this morning. And I think I'm going to look for the vinyl on it. But at any rate, Phil in Japan. And then another record that I found this in one of my local stores, who has a really great jazz selection. They're in Tacoma, and High Voltage Records is the name of the store. And again, I pay what the price is, which brings me up to one of the pet peeves I have about record stores. They put their price on the jacket of the record. And sometimes you can just get it off, sometimes you can't. You'll peel the paper off the jacket. Record stores, figure out a different way to do that, please. I know you got to be careful of, different shopping problems with pricing on things, but putting a price on a jacket for people buying, collectors buying records, it's really a pain in the neck. I wish you wouldn't do that. But anyhow, the arrival of Victor Feldman on Contemporary. This was a Contemporary from about I'm going to guess late 60s, early 70s, Contemporary Records, with Stan Levy on drums and Scott LaFaro on bass. Everybody knows Scott LaFaro from Bill Evans, who unfortunately passed. It really affected Bill a lot. But LaFaro's a great bass player. This is some of his early work on the West Coast in the late 50s. It's a great group. Feldman had been in California for a year or two before they made this record. Again, it's contemporary, great sound. Denan and Holzer, engineers, they knew how to record. And Victor Feldman is British, and he plays the vibraphone and the piano on this record. The arrival of Victor Feldman. So it'd be another one, Chad Kasem, to get the tapes from and reissue this at some point. It's really, really, really a great record. One of my favorite pianists. Well, anyhow, thank you all for being here, for taking a couple of minutes, checking this out. If you have any questions, you can send me a reply, which would be great. And please subscribe and like if you can. I'd appreciate it. It helps things here. And until next time, we'll see you soon. Thank you.